Did something come to, a song came to mind for me, but I wanted lyrics for it because I haven't sang it in a long time, and I don't have fast lyrics for it, so I'll have to do something else. I'll catch that one next time around or something. Okay, here's a quickie.
Okay.
Here comes the sun, dun, dun, dun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Do 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 do. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do, do, do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Do, 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 do. Little darling, the smile's returning to the faces. Little darling, seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do, do, do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Do 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 do. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Repeat, 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 repeat. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. It's all right. My iPad says 160 words. I think that's funny because some of these song sessions, you go in them and they go, okay, try to stay under 3 minutes. So, well, I don't know if that was 3 minutes, but it was 160 words. Oh, Terry, you're muted when you talk. Terry, unmute.
Yeah, just we have a small group, so time is abundant. So let's move on to Mary Jane, see if she'll give us a song.
Mm, sure. Well, I'm still kind of on a spring feeling, like wanting to do songs about spring. They're not all going to be like that, but this one kind of is. I'm going to do De Caloris, and this is a version that has a lot of English words in it, which don't really have anything to do with the Spanish folk song that it's it's supposed to be a traditional Spanish folk song, but there's a couple of verses, and I like the main verse, the first verse best, and the other verse I know is just about chickens and the sounds they make. So I left that one out, and I'm including words by a composer named David Arkin, which found their way into the Unitarian Universalist hymnal. So I hope that wasn't too much about the song. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que
nice, De Colores. Makes you want to sing along in groups. That's a great sing along song. So hopefully
Yes,
we'll be able to
yes.
get back to that soon.
And
Yeah.
everybody likes it.
Oh yeah, how could you not like De Colores? It's so
Yeah.
appealing. Yeah. Okay, David, you got a song for us?
Yeah. We're not quite ready, Terry. We're tuning our instruments. Next, pick us next.
Okay, all right. So, Marion, would you like to grace us with a song?
Right, I haven't done this one for a little while, so I'm just hoping I remember it. But since you're talking about doing spring songs, well, it's May, but well, it's probably very well known. I don't know. One morning, May, when the weather was gay. No, that's wrong. Sorry. One morning, May, when fields were gay. Serene and pleasant was the weather. I spied a lass, and a very bonny lass. She was swooping the dew from off the heather down the moor, in among the heather o' the moor, through the heather. Spied a lass, and a very bonny lass. She was swooping the dew from off the heather down the moor. I'll take it down a bit. That was a bit difficult. But, barefoot was she, but comely dressed, and on her head neither hat nor feather, with a skirt tucked neatly around her waist, she tripped through the blooming heather down the moor, through among the heather o' the moor, through the heather. Skirts were neatly tucked round her waist, as she went swooping through the heather down the moor. I stepped up to this fair young maid, and said, "Fair lass, what brings you hither?" She answered me, "Down by bonny Burnside, I am gathering all my ewes together down the moor, in among the heather o' the moor, through heather." She answered me, "Down by bonny Burnside, I am gathering all my ewes together down the moor." I courted her that livelong day, my heart as light as any feather, until the beams of the red setting sun came slanting down among the heather down the moor, in among the heather o' the moor, oh, the heather. Sorry, I've lost it now. Until the beams of the red slanting sun came until the beams of the red setting sun came slanting down among the heather down the moor. She said, "Young man, I must away, for my sheep are straying from sweet lambs to part their mothers down the moor, in among the heather or the moor. Through the heather, though I must love to part with you, as my bonny wee lambs to part their mothers down the moor. So up she got and away she run. A name and place I did not gather, but if I were king, I'd make her my queen, the bonny wee lass I met among the heather down the moor, in among the heather or the moor. Through the heather, if I were king, I'd make her my queen, the bonny wee lass I met among the heather down the moor. Thanks.
Very nice. That actually was not a familiar one to me. I don't think I've heard it before. Surely David would know it. And hello, Annie. How are you? And I think if they're up for it, the Polacheks are up next.
Right, so we love to do tunes with fiddle and clawhammer banjo, and these two tunes, or rather this one and the next one we're going to do in a minute, are tunes that are not part of the usual American.
David, you're not very audible. Can you bring the volume up a little, perhaps, or be closer to the mic?
Yes, no, yes. You can't hear me?
Yeah, you're a little faint, but we can hear you.
Okay, how's that?
A little better.
Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, these tunes are not part of the actual traditional clawhammer banjo fiddle repertoire. We like doing them anyway. This first one is from a collection of dance music called The English Dancing Master, which went through many editions through the late 1600s to the early 1700s. It's compiled by a man named John Playford. So these tunes are known as Playford tunes. And this one is known as Jamaica. Also, for some reason, Jamaico. Anyway, it's a nice little tune.
Okay, I've unmuted and David is muted. Maybe you can pick up the fiddle better.
Ready?
No.
Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very nice. You another, since there are two of you?
Okay, I'm going to do a old-time banjo tune called John Lover's Gone.
A lively round that. Thank you. So, Ann Coleman, welcome. Would you like to do a song for us?
Yeah, sure. This is one you can all join in with if you know it. I don't know if it's as well known in the States as it is in Britain. When snow transforms the hedgerow thorn, and frost engilds the berry, good men and true the firelogs hew, and in the inns make merry. When singing all as with one voice, it seems the very walls rejoice, and merriment about the spring, when all men sing. Let every man so pitch his song to help his neighbor sing along, to each and all contentment bring, when all men sing. That was the chorus. When lambs are seen and trees spring green, come forth in bloom the daisies, for winter's end our thanks we'll send, at Eastertide sing praises. Then with a will, yea, one accord, we'll raise our voices to the Lord, and praise above our heavenly King, when all men sing. Let every man so pitch his song to help his neighbor sing along, to each and all contentment bring, when all men sing. When in the fields his scythe he wields, then hear his summer sound, as man and boy their lungs employ, the songs they echo round. Rebound from hill and roof and spire, starting lowly, building higher, so surely then his scythe will swing, when all men sing. Let every man so pitch his song to let his neighbor sing along, to each and all contentment bring, when all men sing. When leaves they fall from elm tree tall, then every back must bend, as young and old with courage bold their efforts they expend, ensuring all autumn's gifts are stored, afore cold winter winds are blowed. Then comes an end to foraging, when all men sing. Let every man so pitch his song, to help his neighbor sing along. To each and all contentment bring, when all men sing. Here's songs in season every year, some voices sweet, while others strong, gently round ascending, with harmonies a blending. In unison pours forth the song, uplifting beams of in our hall, and shaking plaster from the wall, when all men sing. Let every man so pitch his song, to help his neighbor sing along. To each and all contentment bring, when all men sing.
Oh, quite beautiful. Thank you. Jeffrey, welcome to you too. Have you got something for us?
Okay. Thank you. This is kind of for the Austin Music Festival rigmarole that I always hate. It's a big pain. So this is called, oh gosh, I don't know if my voice is going to work here. Hang on a second. According to WebMD, I'm supposed to be over this cold by now, but you know how that goes. Anyway, could you please turn the recording off? Because I'm gonna be really.
Yes. Unless you have something else insulting to say about somebody.
I'm good for now.
Okay. Alrighty. Here's a more innocent little song. Let's see. One I got from Gene Ritchie long ago. Okay, come on. Yep, wrong harmonica. Here's the right harmonica. Always get your banjo in harness before you put your harmonica on. That's my advice.
You need a roadie, Terry.
Yeah, I do.
Help you put your stuff on.
Some friends of mine decided that the way you could tell a musician's age is if you ask them, do you want roadies or groupies? And they answer roadies, you know, they're coming of age. It's all out on the old railroad, all along the sea, all along the old railroad, far as I can see. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and I sold my pretty girl to my side. Down the road I'd go, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. Well, if I had no horse to ride, I'd be bound to crawling up and down that rocky road, looking for my darling. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. Well, some folks come on Saturday night, some folks come on Sunday. If you give them half a chance, they'll be back on Monday. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee, live and learn, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. I wouldn't have no winter man, neither will my cousin. You can get such stuff as that cheaper than or 15 cents a dozen. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. Well, the coffee grows on white oak trees, sugar runs in brandy. Girls are sweet as a lump of gold, boys as sweet as candy. Swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee, swing and turn, Jubilee, live and learn, Jubilee. Thank you. Alrighty, so now we've gone all the way around the circle and back to Hawaii.
All right. I enjoyed that, Terry.
Thank you.
I couldn't say anything about groupies because out of respect for Liz, I had to go with Rose. So I'm going to do a song from the incredible Michael Nesmith. And it's, actually, I love two of his songs, so I'll do this one now, and then the next time around, I'll do the other one. Tell me just one more time the reason why you must leave. Tell me once more why you sure you don't need me. Tell me again, but don't think you'll convince me. Now you've said before falling in love again you'd rather be dead. 'Cause when someone breaks your heart you cry your eyes red. Well, there's nothing so hard about the life that you've led. As far as I can see, there's no reason for goodbyes. You're just running scared, and that's something I won't buy. So you lose, I won't let you go with nothing to show but more blues. And all this talk about leaving, it's strictly bad news. So you settle down and stay with the boy that loves you. As far as I can see, there's no reason for goodbyes. You're just running scared, and that's something I won't buy. So you lose, I won't let you go with nothing to show but more blues. And all this talk about leaving, strictly bad news. So you settle down and stay with the boy that loves you. Yeah, you settle down and stay with the boy that loves you. Yeah, you settle down and stay with the boy that loves you. Michael Nesmith, from the Monkees. He wrote for Linda Ronstadt, so I'm going to do that one next.
Oh, okay. Linda Ronstadt, I was always a fan in English or Spanish. Okay, Mary Jane, you ready for us again?
You're muted, Mary Jane. You need to unmute.
Thanks. I'm going to do Who Will Watch the Home Place by Kate Long. And if you wanted to hear a really good version of it, I learned it from a Laurie Lewis recording. She has a really beautiful voice. And she's kind of associated with bluegrass circles, but this isn't really a bluegrass song. But we'll see what you think about it if you haven't heard it already. Leaves are falling and turning in showers of gold as the postman climbs up our long hill, and there's sympathy written all over his face as he hands me a couple more bills. Who will watch the home place? Who will tend my heart's severe space? Who will fill my empty place when I am gone from here? There's a lovely green nook by a clear running stream. It was my place when I was quite small, and its creatures and sounds could soothe my worst pains, but today they don't ease me at all. Who will watch the home place? Who will tend my heart's severe space? Who will fill my empty place when I am gone from here?
nice. Very nice. Okay, so Marion, you have another song for us?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm feeling a bit tired today. Went out for quite a long walk, so I'll just do a short one. Short and sad. Father, dear Father, help me echo the that ocean, I can go there afloat, and all ships that do pass by, I'll uncover my sailor boy. Oh, what color clothing did your true lover wear? What was the color of his golden hair? His jacket white and his trousers were blue. His curly hair and his eyes shining bright. Oh, you know, last night that the wind blowed so high, I lost 5 others beside your sailor boy. So she sat herself down and she wrote her a song. She wrote it so long and she wrote it so neat, and every verse she did shed a tear, and every verse she wrote, sweet Willie dear. Oh, if I were a blackbird, I'd whistle and sing. I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in. And up in the topmost rigging, there I'd build my nest, and sleep all night long on my true lover's breast. So if I were a scholar and could handle a pen, one private letter to my true love I'd send. That's it. Collected from a little gypsy girl.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, David and Karen, you're up next if you're still in tune.
Okay, I'm going to do one. Karen's taking a break, so I'll just do one here. I've done this last week, but Jeffrey wasn't here then, and I want to send this out to him because he introduced me to this Robert Frost poem, Acquainted with the Night, and I puzzled for a while as to how to make it into a song, and then I came up with this pretty Polly tune that sort of fits it. passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain. Still and stopped the sounds of feet when far away uninterrupted cry came over houses from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. And further still at an unearthly height one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one acquainted with the night.
Very cool.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Great. Okay, and we're all the way back to you again. You have a song for us?
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for somebody else to go first. Put a light in the window, your brother's coming home. Set a meal on the table, your brother's coming home. He'll be tired and weary after all these years alone. He's coming home, your brother's coming home. Take the chain from the door, your sister's coming home. Open wide your arms, your sister's coming home. Don't leave her standing there after all the pain she's known. She's coming home, your sister's coming home. Coming home to a place they've never been. Coming home to a land they've never seen. Coming home to a family they have never known. Oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home. He's been angry and afraid, your father's coming home. He's been hounded and betrayed, your father's coming home. And with every act of kindness, a seed of hope is sown. He's coming home, your father's coming home. Bring her in from the cold, your mother's coming home. Sit her down by the fire, your mother's coming home. Make her warm, make her welcome, before the chance is gone. She's coming home, your mother's coming home. Coming home to a place they've never been. Coming home to a land they've never seen. Coming home to a family they have never known. Oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home. From Iraq and Ukraine, your family's coming home. From Syria and Somalia, your family's coming home. Seeking rest and refuge they have never known. Oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home. Yes, oh, Jock Tamson's bairns are coming home. Coming Home by Stephen Clark.
Who was Stephen Clark?
Sorry?
Who is the author?
Stephen Clark.
Oh, that's a wonderful little song. Yeah.
It's, in case anybody doesn't know, All Jock Tamson's bairns is a Scots way of saying all the sons of Adam, saying
that's
we're all
wonderful.
family. We're all Jock Tamson's bairns.
Ah, getting misty here. Now, I didn't get confused and miss people, did I? Did everybody get okay? I guess Anne was so surprised. I wondered if I'd
It's
missed
probably
something.
just the order I've got people on my screen.
Okay. In that case, Jeffrey's up again. Shall I mute the recording?
Yes, please.
Okay, I shall do that. There you go. You know it when it happens. Okay. So this is a song by Elizabeth Cotten, or sung by Elizabeth Cotten at least. And when she recorded it, her granddaughter, who was, I think 12 years old at the time, sang the vocal. And it was quite charming, even though I'm not sure it's an appropriate song for a 12-year-old. Well, I have a little song, it won't take long. Sing it right once or twice. Oh, Lordy me, did we shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my watch, pawn my chain, I'd pawn everything that was in my name. Oh, Lordy me, did we shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. I pawned my buggy, my horse and my cart. I pawned everything that was on my line. Oh, Lordy me, didn't we shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. I pawned my chair and I pawned my bed. Now I ain't got nowhere for to lay my head. Oh, Lordy me, did we shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my tobacco, pawn my pipe, pawned everything that was in my sight. Oh, Lordy me, didn't I shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. plow. Pawned everything, even pawned my old milk cow. Oh, Lordy me, didn't we shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. Have a little secret I ain't gonna tell. I'm going to heaven in a ground pea shell. Oh, Lordy me, didn't I shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. I chew my tobacco and I spit my juice. I'd raise a little cane, but it ain't no use. So, Lordy me, didn't we shake sugary? Everything I got is done in pawn. Everything I got is done in pawn. Okay, nice little song. And we're all the way around again to Gaia.
Okay, well, Anne has the most affectionate cat I've ever seen in my life.
It's great. I was trying to think of a verse I could
all
make up
over her
about that as I was
face,
singing it,
in
but
her
I wasn't
eyes.
fast enough for that cat.
Good
Trying to
Lord.
take my glasses off.
Yes, I
so I
see
can't look at the screen.
On my dog and upon my cat.
I was thinking about
The cat
pawning
just
a
wouldn't
cow.
leave because he likes it like that.
Who would pawn a cow? Okay. Who would buy a cow to a pawn cow? Okay, so this is going to be another Michael Nesmith song, and of course a lot of people know this song through Linda Ronstadt singing it, different drum. This is not an easy song from my position here. You and I travel to the beat of a different drum. Oh, can't you tell by the way I run? Every time you make eyes at me, whoa, you cry and moan and say it will work out. But honey child, I've got my doubts. You can't see the forest from the trees. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's not that I knock it, it's just that I am not in the market for a boy who wants to love only me. Yes, and I ain't saying you ain't pretty. All I'm saying's I'm not ready for any person, place, or thing to try to pull the reins in on me. So, goodbye. I'll be leaving. I see no sense in this crying and grieving. We'll both live a lot longer if you live without me. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's not that I knock it, it's just that I'm not in the market for a boy who wants to love only me. Yes, and I ain't saying you ain't pretty. All I'm saying's I'm not ready for any person, place, or thing that's trying to pull the reins in on me. So, goodbye. I'll be leaving, 'cause I see no sense in all this crying and grieving. We'll both live a lot longer if you live without me. So, in doing two of his songs that he wrote, I can really see the similarities. I would have never really thought about that before. So, anyway, a little tribute to Michael Nesmith.
far as the lyrics go, they're kind of mirror images because the first one, Some of Shelley's Blues, is about trying to tell somebody they shouldn't depart from a relationship. And this one, Different Drum, is about the opposite, how he's saying, yep, it's gonna happen.
Exactly. It's like, well, it's like a response, like a call response. She's responding back going, I'm leaving anyway because, I like it. My broad interpretation.
Okay. Hello there, Rory.
Hi there, everyone.
Good to see you.
I was out doing something else, but I thought I'd come rush back and try to go to Texas.
Okay. Well, we'll put you in the queue here. Then, okay?
Thank you.
All righty. And meanwhile, we're up to Mary Jane.
Okay. I'm going to do a song by Pat Humphreys, who was a Pete Seeger protege. This was written in 1992. So she writes in a traditional style, but she's kind of an activist, sort of like Pete Seeger. So this one has a flavor of activism in it. But it's not entirely activist. It almost seems like she's thinking it's like too much to be too active. At any rate, it's called In This Life. In this life, though the sounds be strained and thin, let the voice inside me rise and the strength be beckoned in, for the words within ring more clearly on the outside, they resound beyond the hillside. I am worthy, I am saved. In this life, though my fingers try and fail, let me breathe through hollow wood, living breathe, let sound prevail. For this whispered tune shatters emptiness with sweetness, filling in the gap between us. I am worthy, I am saved. In this life I am but one of a million starving others, robbed of everything but hunger. We are prisoners together. I am one of many single voices in the silence that refuse the lies that bind us. We are worthy, we are saved. Life I am but one of a million starving others, robbed of everything but hunger. We are prisoners together. I am one of many single voices in the silence that refuse the lies that bind us. We are worthy, we are saved.
was lovely. So, Mrs. Marion, would you be kind to us and grace us with a tune?
Right, I'll do another one I haven't done for a little while. Maid and the Magpie. Quite a few magpie songs. Once was a maid kept an old magpie, parson who preached lived very close by. And when she met the parson, they both stopped to talk. And often on a quiet day they go for a cozy walk. For her lover was a sailor across the stormy main. She said that she would be his bride when he returned again. But still she let the parson see her at the church, kissing and never thinking about the magpie on the perch. So the maid and the magpie would talk all day. The maid did not believe all the magpie did say. She said, I love the parson, don't you tell the tar. And the old magpie, he just said, quack, quack. For her lover was a sailor who crossed the stormy main. She said that she would be his bride when he returned again. Still she let the parson see her at the church, kissing and never thinking of the magpie at the church. While stationed in Gibraltar, the sailor, so it seems, while he was sleeping in his bunk, he had a strange dream. He dreamt the girl he'd left behind on dear old England's shores, while he was away, was flirting with half a dozen more. So he made his passage homeward as quickly as could be. He arrived safely at our house, but no maiden could he see. So when talking to the magpie, who was dancing on the perch, and told him all about the parson at the church, all the maid and the magpie would talk all the day. The maid did not believe all the magpie did say. She said, I love the parson, don't you tell the tar. And the old magpie, he just said, quack, quack. So he looked for the maiden and passed her with disdain. She sued for breach of promise, £500 to gain. They brought the magpie into court to tell the truthful tale, which the magpie he did, of course, and the maiden she did fail. For the maid and the magpie would talk all day. The maid did not believe all the magpie did say. She said, I love the parson, don't you tell the tar. And the old magpie, he just said, quack, quack. So he looked for the parson, and all for him did search. But he thought which way the wind blew, and he legged it out the church. The lawyer couldn't find him, so the case went on the shelf. And the pretty little maiden had to live all by herself. Now the maid and the magpie don't talk all the day, for the clever little sailors took that bird away. So now for all his shipmates a jolly-hearted tar, he tells a truthful tale, and the magpie laughs quack, quack. Maid and the magpie.
Very good. You have such a collection of amazing songs. That's great.
Thanks.
So, David Polachek, back around to you.
Okay. This is a poem that I've loved for a lot of years. It's by A.A. Milne, and it's called The King's Breakfast. I've loved it ever since I was little. And I think the reason that I like it is that it makes it clear that even if you're the king, you're dependent on perhaps things that are beyond your control. And the tune I picked for it is an old English tune called Kemp's Jig. Let's try that again. The king asked the queen, and the queen asked the dairymaid, could we have some butter for the royal slice of bread? The queen asked the dairymaid said, certainly, I'll go and tell the cow now before she goes to bed. The dairymaid, she curtsied and went and told the Alderney, don't forget the butter for the royal slice of bread. The Alderney said sleepily, you'd better tell His Majesty that many people nowadays like marmalade instead. The dairymaid said fancy and went to Her Majesty. She curtsied to the queen, and she turned a little red. Excuse me, Your Majesty, for taking of the liberty, but marmalade is tasty, it's very thickly spread. The queen said, oh, and went to His Majesty, talking of the butter for the royal slice of bread. Many people think that marmalade is nicer. Would you like to try a little marmalade instead? The king said, bother. And then he said, oh dearie me. The king sobbed, oh dearie me, and went back to bed. Nobody, he whimpered, could call me a fussy man. I only want a little bit of butter for my bread. The queen said, there, and went to the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, there, and went to the shed. The cow said, there, I didn't really mean it. Here's milk for his porringer and butter for his bread. The queen took the butter and brought it to His Majesty. The king said, butter, eh? And bounced out of bed. Nobody, he said, as he kissed her tenderly. Nobody, he said, as he slid down the banisters. Nobody, my darling, could call me a fussy man. but I do like a little bit of butter to my bread.
Most charming.
That's just damn silly, David.
I know.
I loved it. I loved it.
I've heard that poem. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
we learned that poem in primary school. I still
So is-
remember it. Did you set it to music?
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah. So is Karen around to give us a song, or?
He's taking a break right now.
Okay, in that case, we'll move along to Ann once more. Ann Coleman, if you please.
Okay, this is one for International Women's Week. It's another Pete Seeger. Thank you, Mary Jane, for reminding me about Pete Seeger. When I was a little girl, I wished I was a boy. I tagged along behind the gang and wore my corduroys. Everybody said I only did it to annoy, but I was gonna be an engineer. Mama said, why can't you be a lady? Your duty is to make me the mother of a pearl. Wait until you're older, dear, and maybe you'll be glad that you're a girl. Dainty as a Dresden statue, gentle as a Jersey cow, smooth as silk, gives cream and milk. Learn to coo, learn to moo. That's what you do to be a lady now. Well, when I went to school, I learned to write and how to read, history, geography, and home economy. And typing is a skill that every girl is sure to need, to while away the extra time until the time to breed. And then they had the nerve to ask what would I like to be. I says, I'm gonna be an engineer. No, you only need to learn to be a lady. The duty isn't yours for to try and run the world. An engineer could never have a baby. Remember, dear, that you're a girl. She's smart for a woman. I wonder how she got that way. You get no choice, you get no voice. Just stay mum, pretend you're dumb. That's how you come to be a lady today. Well, I started as a typist, but I studied on the sly, working out the day and night so I could qualify. And every time the boss came in, he pinched me on the thigh, said I've never had an engineer. You owe it to the job to be a lady. The duty of the staff is to give the boss a whirl. The wages that you get are crummy, maybe, but it's all you get 'cause you're a girl. Then Jimmy came along and we set up a conjugation. We were busy every night with loving recreation. I spent my days at work so he could get an education, and now he's an engineer. He said, I know you'll always be a lady. The duty of my darling is to love me all her life. Could an engineer look after or obey me? Remember, dear, that you're my wife. Well, as soon as Jimmy got a job, I studied hard again. Then busy at me turret lathe a year or two, and then the morning that the twins were born, Jimmy says to them, your mother was an engineer. You owe it to the kids to be a lady, dainty as a dish rag, faithful as a chow. Stay at home, you got to mind the baby. Remember, you're a mother now. Well, every time I turn around, there's something else to do. Cook a meal or mend a sock or sweep a floor or two. Listening to Jimmy Young, it makes me wanna spew. I was gonna be an engineer. I only wish that I could be a lady. I do the lovely things that a lady's supposed to do. I wouldn't mind if only they would pay me. Then I could be a person too. What price for a woman? You can buy her for a ring of gold. To love and obey without any pay. You get a cook and a nurse, for better, for worse. You don't need a purse when a lady is sold. Oh, but now the times are harder, and me Jimmy's got the sack. I went down to Vickers, they were glad to have me back. But I'm a third-class citizen, my wages tell me that, and I'm a first-class engineer. The boss, he says we pay you as a lady. You only got the job 'cause I can't afford a man. With you I keep the profits high as maybe. You're just a cheaper pair of hands. You got one fault, you're a woman. You're not worth the equal pay. A bitch or a tart, you're nothing but heart. Shallow and vain, you've got no brain. That's what they think of a lady today. Well, I listened to my mother and I joined a typing pool. I listened to my lover and I put him through his school. But if I listen to the boss, I'm just a bloody fool and an underpaid engineer. I've been a sucker ever since I was a baby, as a daughter, as a mother, as a lover, as a dear. But I'll fight them as a woman, not a lady. I'll fight them as an engineer. Yes, I'll fight them as a woman, not a lady. I'll fight them as an engineer. Seeger.
Wonderful. Yeah. The great Peggy Seeger, you know. I swear that 7/8 of my repertoire comes from somebody named Seeger, you know, Pete or Peggy or Mike. You know. So, you know, I learn a bit about British English from learning songs, and one of the things that fools Americans is when they hear that, they think she wants to operate a train. But in Britain, those guys are called loco drivers. As far as I can tell, they're not called engineers in Britain, but I don't know.
No, they're called train drivers.
Yeah,
An
yeah.
engineer is somebody who
Yeah,
manufactures
the other kind of engineer. We know about those kinds
with
of
ordnance.
engineers. It's a trick of the language. So, with that, we'll move along to Jeffrey. Shall we pause the sound?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, my mouse keeps pooping out. There it is. Okay. Okay, and with that, Rory, you're just in time to give us a song, if you will.
Unmute, and there we go. So yeah, I'm going to edify you with a song by Tom Waits called Poncho's Lament. Well, the The stairs are so lonely without you. Ain't made my bed in a week. Coffee stains on the paper I'm writing. and I'm too choked up inside to speak. Yes, I know our differences pulled us apart. Never spoke a word heart to heart. I'm glad that you're gone, but I wish to the Lord you'd come home. Yes, I'm glad that you're gone. Got that feeling so strong. Yes, I'm glad that you're gone, but I wish to Lord you'd come home. While my guitar still plays your favorite song, though the strings have been out of tune for some time. Every time I play a chord, I pray out to the Lord that you'll quit your honky-tonk and sing my song. Yes, I'm glad that you're gone. Got that feeling so strong. Glad that you're gone, but I wish to the Lord you'd come home. So I'll throw another log on the fire. I'll admit that I'm a lousy liar. As the coals die down and flicker, I hear that guitar picker play the song we used to sing so long ago. Yes, I'm glad that you're gone. Got a feeling so strong. Glad that you're gone, but I wish to the Lord you'd come on
Thank you. You know, Rory, since you joined us late, I'm afraid you only get the one song. So I thought maybe you'd like to do another before our clock elapses here.
Well, aren't you sweet? Let me just see if I can pull something up quickly here. I usually am prepared. Not sure I did this for you before, but it's a Buffy St. Marie song called The Pineywood Hills.
Yeah, that's a great song.
I love it. I'm a rambler and a rover and a wanderer at sea. I've traveled all over, chasing after my dream. But a dream should come true, and the heart should be filled, and a life should be lived in the piney wood hills. I'll return to the woodlands, I'll return to the snow, I'll return to the hills and the valley below. I'll return like a poor man or a king if God wills, but I'm on my way home to the piney wood hills. I was raised on a song there, done right, I've done wrong there, and it's true I belong there, and it's true it's my home. From ocean to ocean, I've rambled and roamed, and soon I'll return to my piney wood home. Maybe someday I'll find someone who will, my piney wood hill. I'll return to the woodlands, I'll return to the snow, I'll return to the hills and the valley below. I'll return like a poor man or a king if God wills, but I'm on my way home to the piney wood hill.
Thank you for that one. Buffy Sainte-Marie was such a versatile songwriter.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think we just have
very prolific.
Yeah.
You know, Universal Soldier, and Now That the Buffalo Are Gone, amazing stuff.
Very dramatic. I don't know if any, if people remember Buffy as well these days, but she was always one of my favorites. Okay, I think we just, I guess we got just enough time for the goodbye song. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and make the sunny weather. Happy trail to you till we meet again. Some trails are happy ones, other trails are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trail to you till we meet again.
Yay!
And next time maybe I'll, Ann put me in mind of, speaking of engineers and loco drivers and so on, I learned a lot about British railroad terminology from Ewan McCall. He wrote a series of songs about locomotives and so on. He had a wonderful song called The Iron Road, and maybe I'll do that one for you next time. So the next week is going to be the Celtic session on Sunday, and you Brits remember to set your clocks, and the Scots too.
Yeah, our clocks go forward tonight at 1 a.m.
And you'll catch up with us. Okay, well, take care, folks, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, Terry, for all you do.
Bye.
This is great.